Welcome, Hoarders. They're going to be playing some more Grand Theft Auto 5. And this testing Tuesday, we're going to be testing the Nagasaki Chimera, which is the only trike bike that is in the game, obviously, that I'm aware of. I am like 110% sure that there is no other trike. Speaking of trikes, though, I think it would be awesome if they tried to add a... what are they called? I don't remember who makes it. A Polaris. It's Polaris something. But it has. It's a trike, but it has the two wheels in the front and the one in the back. That would be awesome. But just to be completely 100% honest with you, the reason I am doing this video is because I want to sell this. And I figured do the video on it, then sell it, because I don't want to buy it again, put all the money into it that I did, and then do it all over again. Because it's not a very cheap bike. There's just something about it that I don't like. One of those being, I need to find, okay. I'm going to go off this jump up here. And I'm going to lean fully back. Nothing happened. Nothing. The biggest problem ever with this bike is that when you're in the air, you have zero control like you do with the other cars. Like all the other cars, you could drive a Mack truck down the side of Chiliad. That was my fault. You could drive a Mack truck down the side of Chiliad, flip around, and land it on the wheels if you're good enough. This, you cannot control any of it. It just falls. It's so hard to deal with that, because a lot of this game is you'll do jumps and have fun and stuff like that. Even, like, you bitch. That's another thing. That's why I don't like motorcycles in general in this game, is you fall off of them. You can drive a car, hit anyone as fast as you want, no problem. So, the biggest problem, like I said, is just not being able to control it when you're in the air. One of the best things about this is it is a wheelie king. You could go forever, as long as there's no turning involved. It's great at it. It's not like where you have just a regular, like I was gonna say Hakachu drag, but you can't do a wheelie unless you're going downhill. Pretty much like the regular Hakachu then, or the 900R or whatever. I don't remember. I don't fucking know bikes. The Pegasi, Esky, yeah, like that. Any two-wheel bike, even the Faggio will do it. Those, you can do a wheelie and still steer, and my frames are absolute garbage right now. I feel like I'm gonna probably lag out, or how many people? There's 26. I guarantee by the end of this, I'm gonna be in a fucking solo lobby. But handling-wise, it's not great. The suspension works over time. You can see just from driving. It's actually pretty cool to watch the suspension move around. It has tons of customization to it. Top speed's not great. I don't think I've ever... Yeah, I've used first person in this. It's kind of weird. There's no speedometer on it at all. Obviously you can change wheels and all that stupid shite. It's actually got dual tail lights. I don't know, honestly, I don't know much more to talk about this. One other thing, like when you're doing wheelies, you cannot do too far of a wheelie. It does not allow it. I'm pulling the whole way back, it just stops there. And then you'll just go at 2 miles an hour for eternity. But since there's not really much more to talk about this, let's take it over the test track and see what we can get. Okay, I don't know why he doesn't have a helmet on now. He did like 1 second ago on the loading screen. Come on, baby. Uh, Before I did start testing this, or before I even started recording, I realized that I needed, I didn't have bulletproof tires on this, which I thought I would have, but that shows how little I've used this since I bought it. To be fully honest, if they didn't have the motorcycle club, I would not own a single bike. Not a single one. Maybe the oppressor and that's it. Because I'm one of the only people in this game that use the oppressor for just nothing other than getting one place to another. Like 99% of the time, I'm just using it to get, to basically fill up my buildings and get supplies, because it's like the best thing you can have other than the buzzard attack helicopter. I'm actually thinking of maybe selling the oppressor after I do a video on it sometime, because I didn't do a video on it yet, because I honestly don't know why I didn't do a video on it yet, because I have all of the upgrades on it, like with the weaponized Tampa. I don't want to test that until I have everything unlocked for it. I think I still need the like the landmines, or whatever they're called, proximity mines that you can drop out of the bottom of it. That's the only thing I need left. So once I get those, I will test it, which I'm not sure if they are needed for that or not. But I want to have every vehicle maxed out as much as you possibly can. Like physically. I shouldn't say physically, because that's like more of like a human thing. Maxed out mechanically as much as you possibly can. So they have the best advantage that they can possibly get for each specific for each specific vehicle. So that's why I'm waiting for some of these. Like, I had the half track that had everything on it before I even thought about testing it. What did we get? 2 minutes 30.086 seconds. That, I believe, is like 60th place, around there. But let's go over the leaderboard and make sure where we placed. As you can see, the Nagasaki Chimera finished in 79th place at 2 minutes 30.086 seconds, right behind the Garati GT 500, which is a fairly quick sports car, but for a bike, you expect most bikes to go faster than most cars. For it to come in 79th place, we're about 3/4 of the list up there, because we've done about 103 different vehicles at this point. So we're pretty bad for a bike. One of the slowest bikes I think we've tested. I was thinking I'm going to make a file of each vehicle in each category when I'm eventually done with all the tests and stuff. I might start it before I finish the test. That way I could tell, out of every vehicle I've tested, what's the fastest motorcycle, what's the fastest sports car, sports classic, stuff like that, to help people do better as far as races. So you'll have a much better chance of winning races knowing what vehicles are better, where as some people like me, it's fairly common knowledge of what vehicles are quick and what ones aren't. But I'm going to now head on over to the drag track and see what we can get over there. Okay, let's see what we can get on this last test. Come on. Yeah, this, compared to other bikes, I feel like has a much slower acceleration than most bikes, just because this has a lot more rubber and a lot more weight to it than the other ones. Usually more rubbers, more traction at the start, but in this case has to be so much weight for that small of an engine. Okay, we've got 27.798 seconds. I'm not sure how good or bad that is, so let's head on over to leaderboard and see where we placed. Again, the Nagasaki Chimera didn't get a great time. On the drag track, it finished in 72nd place with 27.798 seconds. Again, not a great time. It did do a little better as far as like speed without having to turn or anything, just regular sheer speed. It did better doing that than taking turns and stuff, which every vehicle pretty much will do better on a drag track than they will with turning, because it's just going straight. Except for most four-wheel drive cars that are really, really good at keeping grip while going around turns. But we're not talking about cars, we're talking about motorcycles right now. And for a motorcycle, this is a pretty bad one. It's kind of a little bit of annoying because there's no other trike bikes I can compare it to. The only other vehicle that I could really compare it to, I don't remember the name of it. It was the BF Raptor. That's what it was called. That's the only three-wheeled vehicle that I can think of that's in the game. But that's two wheels in front, one in the rear, which I also did the same type of video for that, where I pretty much only did the video on it because I was going to get rid of it. It must just be a thing with those type of vehicles. Like, it's cool to have something that's different and a lot of people don't have, but if you yourself don't enjoy using it, there's no point in keeping it, even though there's probably about 150 vehicles that you can store online now, but it's just not worth keeping if you could make more money just getting rid of it. So that's what I did. As of right now, I already sold the bike, and I'm starting to do more videos like this to get rid of cars, because there's more updates coming out that I would like to do videos on, but that's for in the future. But please post in the comments down below a vehicle you'd like to see me test in the next Testing Tuesday. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. And if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to watch one of my previous, next, and related videos, and don't forget to check out my other social medias in the description down below.